first. It's not too much, is it?
You look very James.
Right? It's not too much?
What about me?
No, that's
Your
awesome.
color?
Yeah.
Your color for me? Yeah.
I was going to wear the pants, but I didn't want to look ridiculous.
Oh, God forbid that happen to us.
Just wait. We have to turn on the little guy.
Only thing
don't
we have left is our dignity. So
Right.
there's that.
Merry almost Christmas.
Literally, was it like one day ago where we looked at each other and went, Christmas is Monday, right? And we went, we gotta go do some shopping.
You're getting a dirt clod.
Seriously, we're like those pathetic single guys on Christmas Eve who are out shopping for microwaves because there's nothing else left. We are those people now.
The good thing is that after we do the show, there's just not a lot of people at Target. It's kind of a bonus.
Yay, it's worked for us so far.
But that won't be the same after today. Yesterday was the salsa. The
Winter solstice, you mean?
Salsa, winter salsa.
Winter solstice.
It was the shortest day.
Actually, it was the shortest day of the year. And now it starts
Today
getting
it feels
lighter and
so
lighter.
much longer.
You were so enthusiastic.
It's the
I love you
suit.
at Christmas. You're giddy.
It's the suit.
It adds a certain dignity to you, a certain weight.
I know.
A gravitas,
And
if you will.
I was going to do the tie as well, but
I kind of wished you had.
no, once again,
But
didn't
you
want to
got-
look ridiculous. Right?
Yeah. Only thing we've got left to hold on to at this point is our dignity. So.
Yeah. And there's
You don't want to lose that.
kind of a slippery hold on that. Someone DVD-40'd it. Thanks.
I didn't know we had any, but okay. Hey, it's Free Fair Friday today. We just wanted to mention that all of the UTA transportation systems are free. So if you need to run into downtown for
You can get
shopping or
around,
went
yeah.
somewhere else, everything's free. And it's nice because one of the things they're trying to do is they're getting local businesses to help sponsor this because they're trying to encourage people to use mass transportation because of our winter inversion,
Right.
Sucking the way it does. And I thought it was such a great idea. So do not forget, anywhere they go, they're hoping that you'll give it a try.
And it's just fun to put the kids on. If you got little ones that really like trains, hello, you just get on a train. How fun is that?
We put the kids on Front Runner. We went up to the Ogden Train Museum and then came back. It was a really long trip, but it was epic.
I'm not sure if Front Runner's doing it. We'll have to find out.
I'll double check, but I
Okay.
believe it's everything that's UTA.
This thing scares me. And actually, we've talked about this before.
Which is?
It's not time for that yet.
Put it back.
Put it back. The thing we were going to talk about was the stop it.
Now you're just taunting us. That's really really.
Who's drinking in the production
Really,
booth?
that's a little childish, kids.
Put down the.
This is going to be one of those shows.
Okay, you want to
isn't it?
play? Okay, so one shot. Ready? Erin. Todd. Erin. Todd. Erin.
Why are you doing this?
Go to the map. Okay, you're good. Get rid of. Okay,
You realize they actually work better when they're drunk, right?
I know. Let's
Let's
do
not
that.
encourage them.
We're gonna do that story and then go back in the correct order.
How about
This is the coolest thing. This is
Okay.
the coolest thing. Snowplows in Salt Lake City. Now show them the darn map. You can track them online with GPS.
Get out.
I'm not going to get out. I'm part of the show.
That's so cool.
So if you look at this, and they'll also show you the primary routes they have to do, which involves schools and hospitals and the fire stations and the steepest, the avenues.
Look, there's us. That's so funny.
And the avenues, as we like to call during snowstorms, the death luge.
Pretty much, yeah.
They go up there and they hit that first. That's
Because
part
of all
the
the hospitals, yeah, so
and
it's
that's
been great.
primary because people will die, and then they clear your way to the hospital. So when you do, they can take care of you. And the cool thing is that you can actually watch them come down almost to your street and then turn the other way.
Almost there.
You run out
but
there.
It is a nice thing, though, to get an idea of where they're at, just in case you're actually trying to, dig out.
No. This is not going to help you, because we had the blackout the other day, and you were just like, when is it going to get fixed? And I said, well, when it does, that you can't hurry these guys. They got power. And
I had a sick child. All I wanted them to do is just move, faster. By the way, everybody, all the Rocky Mountain Power guys that were out, thank you. I know it was an awful blackout. Thank you for what you did.
I'm sorry I had to deal with my wife.
I was so nice.
Here's a question that I always
Yes.
wondered about Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, guys, we're backing this up. On Netflix, I always wondered how they made money because, like most people, what is it, $7 or $9 a month?
It's up to 11 now.
So you pay $11, right? And then you get the password and everything. And then what do? You give it to all your friends.
It's the sweet free stream of your sister's boyfriend's best friend's password.
And the only way that gets weird is when you put your category up and you, what's Todd
And all
watching?
of a sudden, it's like, hey.
And so I always wondered, well, how do you make money if you have 5 people living off $11 a month, right?
Well, this is funny, though, because the Charter Communications CEO is Tom Rutledge. They're, of course, the Netflix people. And they're leading a crackdown now for password sharing. And he did a really good point. He showed a single account, and then it started branching out. Password. It was being used to play 30,000 simultaneous streams. So, yeah, there's some password abuse here.
Wait. 30,000 times 11.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of money. They're losing billions, and so they're calling them stream squatters. And so what they're doing is they're going to reduce the number of allowed simultaneous streams to, I think it's like 3 or 4 per household, which is reasonable, and force more logins. And that way, if you're having to continuously keep logging back in, it makes it less easy for other people to just go password and you're done.
Right.
So I can see the point. I'm not.
I was wondering how they
against
made
it.
money at it. I mean, seriously.
I mean, I would miss the free streams if it was me, but I do understand their point. It's like
this is how big Netflix is. If you look at the front page of CNN,
everything
in the top column, about halfway down, you'll see what's new on Netflix this month.
And we always thought it was a paid advertisement.
And
no,
it's
this is
not.
just what everybody does now because that's how immersed all of us are in Netflix.
And I will give you my tip on
Yes.
watching Netflix.
Yes, sir.
Because we did it the other night, and we said, "Oh my gosh, the kids are in bed. This is awesome, and let's lay down on the couch and get cozy in a blanket and our dog, and on the sectional, and which she hates and I love." And we sat there, and I said, "Here, you get something." I went in the other room to bring some drinks in and stuff, and I come back and she's still looking, and I said, "Okay, I'm gonna hit the bathroom." I go to the bathroom, come back out, she's still looking.
We reshingled the roof, came back.
And then all of a sudden it was just like, what do you find? I don't know, we're tired. We went to bed.
There were too many choices. I felt if I didn't scroll through them all, I would miss one that would be like extra cool.
You go online, you print off everything available by the date at that time on Netflix. And you make a sheet, and then for that month, and you go through and you highlight the movies you want to see, and that way you go in, you search, boom. Because you don't know what's on there. You don't know all the movies.
It is a vast, incalculable universe.
It is
awesome.
gigantic, and it's like, oh, you said, oh, I want to watch Mystery Men, and it's not there, and you're like, why?
Do you realize that we just basically spent 5 minutes
Yes.
of the showtime, which is worth, I don't know what they're pricing it for. I think it's $3,000.
$2,000? $3.
No, it's $2,000 or $3,000. We just basically spent $3,000 worth of airtime talking about Netflix and praising them for free, which is what everybody else does. We have fallen into the trap.
You dogs. Making us do
You're
that.
welcome for the free promotion. Netflix next time it's going to cost you.
This is just like the spices and herbs that go in Kentucky Fried Chicken.
And they're not paying us either.
No.
Somebody should be at this point.
All right, where are we?
We're on the eggnog challenge. Now, I thought we had gone through all of these yesterday, and frankly, I was getting a little woozy. We'd had quite a bit.
No.
Did you tell me there was more?
Daisy, come on in. I have
My
one,
tongue was like coated for like 12 hours.
I have one more.
Daisy, apparently we missed one of our eggnogs
Oh.
yesterday.
Don't mess with me. 'cause
Wow.
I have a
Wrong.
weapon. I have a big Toblerone. Look
You
at
know,
this
it is both a
thing.
weapon and a snack, and I'm not sure you
Yeah.
can beat that.
All right.
Right?
Nice and heavy, like the
I know,
fruitcake.
nice.
Here we go.
Except for it's actually edible, unlike the fruitcake.
Yes,
so there's that.
exactly.
Cinnamon.
So this is like the one we
Nice.
tried yesterday, but cinnamon.
But cinnamon.
I like the sound of it.
I don't. I'm not a fan
Todd
of
doesn't.
Look, the fake booze one was the
You
weirdest.
gotta shake
Yeah,
the bottom.
yeah.
Either be invested and drink the booze, which is
Yeah.
awful anyway, or don't have the taste.
Yeah, it was upsetting, wasn't it?
It felt like you were being cheated somehow. Yeah.
Did you cry all night?
I kind of did. I felt a little betrayed.
Me too, but silently.
I laid
Inside where it hurts.
I laid like a fetus inside the shower.
Did you?
Weeping, bro.
But my hair looked really good.
Yeah. And this jacket
Thanks.
is prize winning.
And he's got trousers and a tie that go with it. I was a little disappointed he didn't do the full thing. And so here I am in my ridiculous
I
Mrs.
love
suit.
your
Don't
suit.
you- off the
Would you like
shoulder?
to borrow
love
it?
Yes, very much.
It's got the little jingle balls on the bottom.
And a faux belt,
Right?
As well,
The
which
faux belt is important.
amazing.
and a big pin in the back to hold it on. It's the wrong side.
Everything you could ask. One size fits all.
Pretty much.
I got something on Facebook yesterday that we were doing wrong.
What were we doing wrong?
We didn't turn it upside down and shake it because all the particulates, the little black dots, which are nutmeg.
We don't want to miss the particulates.
So you really want. I was told. I said I'm an amateur evidently, and I didn't shake it up enough.
Okay.
Maybe that will make all the difference.
Maybe that
in the
will
world.
make all the difference.
I'm certain
Just a
of it.
spot.
Thank you to whoever said that. Thank you. Just a spot.
Just a spot.
Just a touch.
Is that perhaps because that's all we're going to want?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm wondering about
Okay, so we tried the vanilla yesterday. We tried the weird Southern Comfort Fake. We tried the
Yeah.
pumpkin. We tried the regular, which was delicious.
That was our favorite. Plain
Winter dairy.
just
yeah.
eggnog.
Okay, ready?
Cheers.
I don't like it.
Oh,
See,
that's not
here
bad.
it comes. Here it comes. Taste it. Here it comes. The rudeness of cinnamon.
I mean, I like that better than the vanilla one.
Which
I can't.
tasted
I'm not
like-
sure why they felt that cinnamon and nutmeg were required, because nutmeg is supposed to do the same sort of warming spice thing as,
Sort
as
of.
cinnamon, right?
Yeah.
So is it like pumpkin that they just had to put it in on principle?
Right.
They had it left over, maybe.
Did the particulates help at all?
I mean, that was okay. I like that better than the weird Southern Comfort one.
For sure. And then the vanilla flavored one. That's at least.
That was the worst.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think you said it was like melted vanilla ice cream, which was really
Yeah,
nice.
it
but
was.
cheap vanilla ice cream, not
We
like
have another treat for you coming up later in the show.
you do.
And I guarantee you've never had this in your entire life.
You're gonna love it almost as much as the gigantic Toblerone, I'm sure.
Amazing. Do you want a piece of the gigantic Toblerone?
I've had so much chocolate this morning already that I'm not sure I can take it.
One piece has 200 calories in it.
No
Really?
freaking way, really.
Seriously.
That's good.
See you in a bit.
All right, see you in a minute.
That's a big Toblerone.
Actually, she's strolling her way back to the Gephardt Daily Newsroom, so I will tell you that Daisy is brought to you by Utah Credit Approval. Bad things happen to good people, but you can get your credit back on track and a reliable automobile by dialing 801-921-9819. Also, by Always Black Friday. I love these guys. Always Black Friday, 30 to 70% off every freaking day. You've got to visit their new store in Ogden. Ridiculously good prices. And all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. They've got a winter special right now to make sure they can keep your furnace in tip-top condition and save you hundreds in bills. It is allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, my darling, what is going on today?
Good morning, Todd and Erin. Good morning, everyone. Here's what's making news Friday, December 22nd on GepHardtDaily.com. The Utah Transit Authority has announced an early Christmas present for its riders, Free Fare Friday for today, December 22nd. The Salt Lake City Council, Salt Lake County Mayor Ben McAdams, and UTA said they have joined together to underwrite the cost of using the transit system all day. UTA's standard fare is $2.50 per person per ride. No fare will be required on all UTA services, including regular and express bus, Trax frontrunner, the S-Line ski service, the Park City SLC Connect, and the paratransit service for eligible riders. The promotion is valid throughout all 6 counties UTA serves. Police are asking for the public's help in finding a missing 53-year-old man with 3 dogs who went missing in Emery County in October. The last known location of Reynaldo Andico of California was the Justison Flats Copper Globe area of the San Rafael Desert, police said. The last time he had contact with family members was October 13th, at which time he told his family he was in the mountains of Utah. He was driving a red Toyota Yaris subcompact car and had 3 small dogs with him. An Emery County resident noticed the vehicle in the Justison Flats area while scouting for deer in mid-October. A search of the area will be held Saturday, and anyone with information is asked to call the ECSO on 435-381-2404. And thieves targeted 3 pharmacies in the early hours of Thursday morning, stealing several different prescription medications. The first burglary occurred at Intermountain Healthcare's Memorial Clinic at 2000 South 900 East at 12:12 a.m. A burglary alarm was activated at the clinic at the above address. A security officer arrived on scene and found signs of forced entry. A pharmacist later confirmed that several different medications were stolen. There was no description of the suspects. The second burglary took place at a ride date at 150 North 900 West at 12:47 a.m. Suspects again forced entry and took prescription meds. The suspects in that case were described as wearing ski masks and gloves. The third robbery took place at another ride date at 220 South 700 East at 2:03 a.m. The suspects forced entry, stole prescription medication. They were not located and are described as wearing all black clothing and masks. Anyone with information is asked to call the SLCPD. Time now for your Wasatch Front forecast, brought to you by our Crackerjack sponsors at Brio Technologies, home of Utah's top audio-visual specialists. Get your hats, scarves, and gloves out because it's going to get a little chilly this weekend. High temps will hit the low to mid-30s with nighttime lows in the 20s. There's about a 50% chance of snow Saturday. That's it for now. For more news and weather 24/7, go to GephardtDaily.com. And for now, Todd and Erin, back to you.
All right, thank you, Daisy. Thank you very much, John. We talked to John yesterday. He was on the show. John from All Utah Plumbing, Heating and Air, totally licensed, total contractors, the works, and they're doing a lot of remodels on bathrooms right now. But he wanted me to say something. He went out the other day, and this happens quite a bit, and he went out, and the people called, and they were like, we have no heat. We have no heat. And they were like, oh, okay, we'll be right there. And they went out. And a lot of people are afraid to call, and they don't know who to call. And then John went over, and he's got all his gizmos, and they hitch up the whole furnace thing, and he found out it was a flame sensor. That's it. It was a flame. They had one in the truck, put it back on, the thing lights up, and off they go. Now, the point is, the other people that he's seeing have the really old furnaces, and you probably don't want to do this now, this time of year, right around Christmas like this. But after Christmas, if you're thinking about you want to upgrade your furnace to a higher efficiency rating and get an AC unit that works with the furnace, you're going to save $2,000. Plus, they're going to give you an air scrubber inversion, right? Air scrubber for inside your home. So basically, you're going to save $3,200, which is basically like getting a free furnace. So you want to give them a call, find out more information. Just go to allutahplumbing.com.
All right. Also, always Black Friday. They're bringing us Tell Me Something Good. But before they do, I just want to tell you, I love these guys. First of all, it is ridiculously good.
$17.
Oh, no, everything is like stupidly good. I mean, all the prices were amazing. And once I went up there and I started shopping, I was horribly excited. The electronics, they've got all the cool speakers, they've got kids' games, they've got high-end clothes, all kinds of amazing stuff. And if you mention us, Todd and Erin, you get 50% off one red tag item. Now, I would like to point out the red tag items are the fancy, expensive stuff. So you're getting a really screaming deal.
Erin got my present there.
Oh, I'm so excited to give it to you. I can hardly wait, Zoe, and I barely wrapped it. It's amazing. It is something that would ordinarily be $400, and I got it for less than $100. That tells you the kind of prices you get at Always Black Friday. And by the way, they also have free Mica speakers while they last for only, that's like a $39.99 value. You get that free with your purchase. Just once again, mention Todd and Erin.
You don't have to say it out loud because you embarrass yourself.
You can whisper.
You can just write it down and show it to them.
So they're open all week, and they've got a few extended hours this weekend because they know that we're all frantic and trying to get shopping done.
Hello.
They're up in Ogden. It is worth the drive. I absolutely promise you. Just mention that we sent you. There's all kinds of goodies that await you. It's always Black Friday.
And go to their website and find out what their inventory is, too. It'll save you some time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so.
Tell me something good.
Tell me something good.
9-year-old boy, Beechwood, Ohio.
Got it.
And I absolutely love this boy. He knows what poverty feels like. About 3 years ago, his family, I mean, all of us, this happens to almost everybody, they fell in hard times. They lost their home. They were forced to live in a shelter. And every day, Micah would get a blanket, and every day the shelter would take it back. So this year, when he saw some homeless people out in the cold, he did some quick math. Now, his family's back on their feet. Right. Dad's got a good job. Mom's got a good job. They're doing well. They got insurance again. And he knew that he was going to get a $300 Xbox for Christmas. Ooh. It was kind of like the big deal and the arrangement and the purchase. So he thought about it and wondered, how many blankets can I buy for $300?
Wow.
So he added it all up, and instead of getting the game system, he told his parents he wanted to have the money because he was going to go buy blankets.
Making everybody look not as good as him.
And then he gave them, and he said, I want to give them to each homeless person so they don't have to give them back. They belong to them. So his grandmother said he knew what it was like not to have it, and so that was the first thing he wanted to do, was make sure that all of these people had a blanket they could keep. And so news of Micah's good deed spread pretty quickly, and it caught the attention of the Xbox manufacturer, which of course is Microsoft. guess what the company decided to do? They sent a company representative on Christmas Eve to surprise Micah with a new console that was exactly the same model that he had traded in for blankets. Employees were very excited. Santa had a bag of gifts, including the coveted Xbox. The family was emotional. Micah, as you see, is crying his eyes out. And on the way back home, with all of the extra gifts that they'd get him, he insisted that the family stop by the homeless shelter, went in through the front, and piled them all on the desk and left with just his Xbox in tow.
There you go.
This kid is like almost too good.
Someone did a good job.
Mom and Dad, especially with that level of deprivation, and yet that's all he remembered.
All right, stop talking. You're tearing me up.
I know, I'm a little
Okay.
verklempt.
What's this about noodles? The noodle bowl.
Oh no, this is so cool.
Okay, now I understand. I'm hungry.
This is a special end of the year noodle bowl.
Okay.
Now let me explain it. There's an ancient Chinese legend that this chef had described as both a love story and individual ambition. It began on the small island in the Yunnan province,
In China?
where a scholar is hard at work studying for his imperial exams, and each day his wife will travel to the lake to bring him food, which is a very lengthy trek. Involves crossing a bridge onto the island, and then she finds upon her way that the soup is cold and the noodles are soggy, so she wants to find out a solution maybe that would make this better for him. So she adds a layer of chicken fat over the broth to insulate it, maintaining the correct temperature for the longer duration of her walk.
Smart lady.
And she carries the broth separate from the noodles and the rest of the ingredients,
So they don't get soggy.
bringing the dish's components together only when her husband is ready to eat his lunch. I love you, but you can tell this is ancient China because not one of us would have time to do this today. But this shows her devotion. Soon, the wife's clever progress emerges as a proven method, and when the scholar eventually passes his exams, he credited his wife's noodles for helping him to pass and achieve his goals. So, legend has it the soup came to be named in honor of the long journey as the wife made for her husband every day. Now, it's guacomisan, or crossing the bridge noodles, and it's the most recognized dish within the Yunnan province. It's like the poster child for the menus.
So they
Isn't that
put this
beautiful?
together right at the right time. So it's all delivered, and it's peak of taste.
And so
tastiness.
now here's the interesting thing. Because it is the crossing the bridge noodles, and because it is extraordinarily special, they only serve this for the last month of the year because you are crossing the bridge into the new year.
Right.
And because it takes so long to do
Right.
and so long to put together, and because she refuses to charge more than $20 a bowl,
Right.
she can only create 20 bowls a day.
Oh, so she's got a small restaurant.
She's got a restaurant in New York City, yeah.
But
So
it's
it's
like-
18 specific ingredients,
Right.
and they
Oh.
all have to be layered in the very specific period. And she has two that are her favorite: goji berries and wood ear. Are those mushrooms?
Mushrooms.
Okay. And it's very interesting though. So literally, people will sign up months in advance.
Oh, yeah.
To be able to have one of these bowls.
Oh, yeah.
And it's an enormous ceremony. We sit down and there's the napkin and they
And it
bring
all
everything.
comes out.
And they have you help combine things, and you're supposed to talk about what you've achieved this year on your journey. And as you cross the
This
bridge,
is an investment.
I mean, it's a huge thing, but I absolutely love the idea of that. And I was thinking that's something. So this is one restaurant, and people will travel from all over the world to have
Right.
one of those end of year noodle bowls.
Right.
We have to create something like that.
Oh, we could do Hot Pockets.
Really?
You said we don't have the time. Remember that part of your conversation?
You know, I was getting totally inspired by that story. I was thinking this is a way to raise us all in our consciousness to a higher level with the noodle bowl. And you're going to give me a Hot Pocket.
I was here just to make your life easier because you'd be the one making them because that would.
That's basically the only cooking I do
that's
all
what
year, so I could probably
so glad,
do it.
So glad you said that and not me.
Honey, I will always admit that Todd is totally the cook.
All right.
But I just thought that was such a cool thing. So maybe that's something.
It's like it's history. You're eating history.
Exactly.
And it's got a story. And it's just like, that's pretty cool.
Well, one of the reasons I brought it up is because this is like one of the things that they've noticed the biggest shift in this year for all of us in America is people are craving tradition. They're craving like ritual.
Comfort.
Well, and they something that combines them as a unit. You know, either your own family or people you gather together that become your family. And they're talking about that craving of creating these rituals that you come back to over and over that create who you are.
Right.
And I loved the idea of that, of maybe whatever dish you want to cook, and maybe it's something from your own home country, although if you try haggis, I will set you on fire. But I love the idea of maybe picking something from your own country and then building your own legend around it.
Look at you. You've been thinking.
I still want to register for one of them noodle bowls, though. Probably 2027.
We have, what a great day to do this. Christopher's
Oh, Christopher's Prime Steakhouse. This is our big thank you. We don't know how we're ever going to be able to tell you how grateful we are to you. We're over 2.2 million views since the morning stream started 8 months ago. And we've created this community, and I read what you say to each other, and I read how you talk to each other on Facebook, and your conversations and how you catch up with each other, and it's everything we ever wanted.
You guys all say hi to each other.
I think we're closer to 3 million.
Are we closer to 3
What?
million?
Seriously?
Yeah, it was like 2 million like in June. We're closer to 3 million.
Get out.
I gotta dress better.
Wow.
Wow. So thank you very much for that. And who's going to go on the?
Wow, you have a high pain threshold.
Going on the trip.
So anyway, congratulations, Keith Johns. Keith Johns, my sweet. You are our
Hi.
winner.
Hi,
You are going to
Keith.
take 3 of your favorite people. You are going to Christopher's, and they will treat you all like kings.
That's very cool.
And of course, if you want to just drop a comment on Facebook right now, either on the Gephardt Daily page, Gephardt Approved, or the Todd and Erin page, that also qualifies you to be drawn for next Friday. So we'll keep this up because we cannot tell you how much you mean to us. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
And Keith, if you wanted Todd and me to come, we are
so there.
Todd's like a rocketeer. He's like
I will-
great. He could totally tell funny stories.
I will bust the table.
He can like juggle silverware.
I will bust that out. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, I'm pretty much sure that Melissa down at Christopher's is praying we don't show up now, but okay.
All right. So what do we have coming up?
Coming
here?
up,
All right. Coming up.
you're going to be talking to Dr. Glenn from Denali.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Because we're talking
yes.
about the new year and health, and maybe this would be a nice time to finally get rid of all your joint misery and your like migraines. So you guys got some details.
And maybe I'll pass out.
A little of everything.
It's coming up next.
Todd and Erin's Morning Stream, brought to you by Utah Credit Approval. Bad things happen to good people, helping you on the road to good credit with just the right car. Go to utahcreditapproval.com or call them at 801-404-7201. Also brought by Columbus Travel. Columbus Travel has an epic sale on cruises through the 21st of October. You can get hotel and everything you can imagine just for less than the price you would of simple airfare. You have to talk to them first at columbusvacations.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin Morning Stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com?
At Always Black Friday, we love a good deal. We buy new and used products at a discount so we can pass on the savings to you. And we're Gephardt approved. From electronics to clothing to appliances. If you want it, we have it at discount prices. Visit our eBay store or come to our warehouse at 865 West 12th Street in Ogden. Always Black Friday, where you can find Black Friday deals all year round.
Happy Black Friday!
Hey, it's Todd and Erin here, and we are with Dr. Brett at the...
Denali Medical Clinic. Todd got the fancy chair. I'm not sure why. But Dr. Brett and his group is offering a free Myers drip for the month of December just to come into the clinic and start feeling better, because so many people go, if I can just get through the holidays, I'll be fine. Which seems to be really pathetic when we're in the happiest time of the year and you're just dragging yourself through it. So why not come get taken care of?
Why not find out what it is, Dr. Brett? The Myers IV drip.
The Myers cocktail is an amazing mix of nutrients, vitamins, minerals that your body needs. It's a great balance to give you that boost that you need. It also incorporates a very healthy dose of vitamin C. We all know that vitamin C is critical to our immune system, and so get that boost that you need with a Myers cocktail.
Now, why do you do it as an IV instead of as a pill?
Great question, Erin. And the reality is that we don't absorb what we take into our bodies, and so. In fact, they say that 90 to 95% of Americans don't get the adequate nutrients that they need. The nice thing about an IV is that you get all of the nutrients right into your body.
Is it over yet? Is it?
Nope.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, it is.
Dr. Brett, how are you?
Good.
Very good. Nice to see you. The Denali Medical Center. We were there. Explain to everyone. By the way, Melanie was really good with the needle thing, because it's not my favorite thing. What was going on there?
Well, so we do IV therapy where we provide patients with the opportunity, if you will, to receive nutrients right into the bloodstream. The reality is 97% of Americans don't get the nutrition they need from from their diet. And
Hot Pockets. Hot Pockets
that's
is not going to cut
it's
it.
just not going to cut it anymore.
Right.
So we give nutrient vitamin boost. A big component of that is vitamin C. Helps with the immune system, helps boost the detox components of the body, and really gives your body what it needs to give it a good kickstart.
So that's great after New Year's Eve.
Absolutely.
And there was B,
it actually
a lot
helps.
of B in there too.
Yes, a lot of B vitamin. Uh-huh.
All right, and so and Erin was like all perky the rest of that day and stuff. And unfortunately, I came down with a cold, so I'm going to do it again. Other things that you do, you kind of have a different approach at the Denali Medical Center. Now, let's talk about migraines for a second.
Okay.
So what is, the people come to you, obviously, it is the saddest thing, by the way, and talking about impeding your life. So what do you do with people?
Well, obviously, the first component is a complete evaluation. Oftentimes, patients come in and they've been told they have migraines, or they have a different source of their headache, and that can come from neck pain. It can come from stressors. It can come from imbalances of the body. But if it's a true migraine, 80% of those are actually centered in the nerves and the ganglia that's just behind the pharynx, the center of the face. And so making sure that we do the right treatment, sometimes that includes neck treatments to make sure
Like
those,
adjustments?
well, no, not adjustments. We actually do injections in order to help the body not only reset but regenerate. Inflammation builds up, and that neck can't quite recover.
Mm-hmm.
And then that leads to tension, which then provides a significant headache. And that's actually what I've suffered from for years.
Have
and
you?
It's amazing. But if you have, and so we'll evaluate, and then if you have migraines, we have an FDA-approved sphenopalatine reset. It involves no needles. We actually put the medication with a small catheter into the nose and are able to reset those nerves that sit in the
Right.
middle of the face. And something that used to be a very invasive procedure is now simple.
Right.
It's relatively uncomfortable, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's
putting
still
things in the
something up
things
your
in the
nose, right.
But-
Did it work for you?
Absolutely.
And
And
so-
again, yeah, I had the neck treatment. I went from having daily headaches, getting up with a headache because of neck pain, to good range of motion. And
Nice.
mine happened due to a couple of car accidents in my 20s. And then as I approached my 40s, it started to bind up on me, and it's been incredible.
Metal dashboards are right.
Yeah, that's
All right, so
exactly right.
let's talk about, it's cold outside, joint. Now, you'd call it joint what? Joint repair or joint?
Yeah, repair, restoration, however you want to look at that.
Right.
The concept is the body's designed to heal in all phases of life. And if you look at what causes joints to break down and tear down, it's due to poor oxygen and nutrient delivery. Well, rocket science, I mean, it sounds almost too simple to be true, but
Right.
put good nutrients and oxygen into the tissue and let the body do its magic. And really, that's as simple as it is.
Okay. And so if someone, especially, is it worse in the cold? I think it's worse, right?
It is, and
Right.
that, again, that just goes right to the fact of what we just said. Your circulation slows down because of the cold. You start to shunt blood supply to other places in order
Right.
to keep the core warm, and so your joints often suffer the price, and so you end up with more pain and more discomfort. And that's joints, knees, shoulders, as I mentioned, neck, back, low back, anywhere. If it moves, this can help.
That's why I make the old man noise when I stand up now. Not full on, just a one of those. All right, Dr. Brett, thanks for being here.
Appreciate
More
having me.
information, go to denalimed.com and you can learn more. We'll see you soon.
Great, thanks.
Did you know you can buy a house with a 600 credit score?
Really?
We have lenders, we have programs, stuff that's come up in the last couple years. 600.
Wouldn't you have to have like 50% down or something though?
Nope. 3.5%.
Where would you start the process on this?
Well, Fink and McGregor has a website, 4minutemortgage.com. Just go there, fill it out, up and running.
How long until you get back to us?
1 business day. Whole thing takes about a month, start to finish.
Where do you get the down though if you're broke?
It can be a gift from family, relative, significant other, even your work.
Gift, huh?
Yeah.
You know what that makes me wish?
What?
Makes me wish I had friends with money.
Wow, that's sexy. It's the dancing Christmas lights, ladies and gentlemen. The dancing Christmas lights.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Todd and Erin Morning.
Oh, my mother gave us a message on Facebook. You have to wear that on Christmas Eve.
Must I?
Yes, you
I'm
must.
shutting the door. So tell me,
Non-funny pizza delivery guy. You got to read this because it's like,
this could go either way
what
for
were
you.
you thinking?
This could go either way.
I guess that depends on how you read it. Sure.
Right? So, Pizza Hut, Virginia. Customer calls. Orders. There's 2 kids ordered, actually. 12 and 15-year-old.
Mom's working late. She says,
Mom
hey,
says,
call,
get
get some pizza.
And so, as they have in the past, I never heard of this, they said, please write a joke on the inside of the lid.
I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of that either.
None of ours do that.
So I guess they've done this in the past, and everything was cool. So they went and delivered the pizza. The mom says, and I quote, I was really shocked and floored that Pizza Hut would send this type of joke out.
Do you want to show the video?
Yeah,
Can we see what exactly happened?
that's what it is. Read it for me, Erin.
What do a pizza delivery driver and a gynecologist have in common?
Now, I saw this picture yesterday, and I started going through what I think would be a funny answer to it.
I'm assuming pepperoni is some part of the punchline, but I can't. I mean,
How would that know? No, I don't
all
think
right.
so. Inappropriate? Yeah, perhaps. That close to your food, especially.
Apparently, it was quite inappropriate, whatever the punchline was.
Why wasn't the punchline on there? And would they have to call for it or
The
something?
punchline was on there, apparently,
Oh.
underneath the pizza.
Okay, so I'm going to look at this one more time. I don't know.
Oh, was it right there? Oh, they blurred out the answer. It was
Yeah.
apparently there. That's probably for the best. Yeah.
Wish I could
Hey,
see it.
hey, Richard, could you come in and just whisper it in our ear?
Do you know what it is, Richard? He doesn't know.
Oh, well, he does protect his delicate eyes.
Yes, he does.
So apparently that was not
Certain
so
things
great.
cannot be unseen.
So the mom called Pizza Hut and said, they just sent a really filthy pizza box to my 12 and 15-year-old.
But she said, don't fire anybody.
And they did, unfortunately. Now, unfortunately, this poor woman is getting like just this rage of hate mail on Facebook. Well, you're cold, black heart. You had someone fired right before Christmas. She's like, I just didn't want them to write the dirty jokes on my pizza box anymore. So, not funny.
Trying to find the thing, the joke, the
No,
punchline.
no.
Okay, never mind.
You think of anything better than we do, like write it out. No, don't. Never mind.
Don't do that. No.
So anyway,
Wall
the
Street.
non-funny pizza guy.
Let's go to Wall Street.
This is amazing.
Yeah, how amazing is it?
Well, think about this. Zach Bolster and his wife Patricia were
Yeah.
leading lucrative careers this time last year in New York City.
You make a lot of money when you can say the word lucrative.
Lucrative. As a matter of fact, Zach was the vice president of a hedge fund, which you're already going ding, ding, ding.
That
ding,
sounds
ding, ding. Yeah.
lucrative to me.
Patricia worked in New York City real estate, which
Lucrative.
is wildly lucrative. I'm assuming since
Yes.
1 square foot apartment would be, what, $20 billion?
Yeah.
And so they really were doing well. Well, here's the deal. Zach's mom, Gloria, lives in Charlottesville, North Carolina, and she found out that she's got stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Oh, crap.
Now, pancreatic cancer, as we all know, this is the one that took Patrick Swayze. It is very painful.
Very aggressive.
It is very, and they both sat, if we stay here and are demanding 90-hour-a-week jobs.
That's all you got.
We'll lose the last moments with your mom, and Patricia loves her too. So they literally quit their jobs.
Right.
This is like a Wall Street tycoon. They moved to North Carolina,
Right.
and so that they could stay with her
Take care
during
of
the
the mom.
chemotherapy treatments.
Right.
Now, the interesting thing is, of course, they were going back and forth with her to her chemo treatment so they could drive her home, and they were finding out that a lot of the other patients didn't have anybody. And it's like, you don't want to go home in a cab when you're vomiting uncontrollably and you're shaky and you're sick.
Right.
And so they started doing like a little thing like, hey, if you don't have one, let us know your schedule and we'll start driving you. And it kept going. And some patients were like riding the bus, and some patients missed their treatments altogether because they couldn't get any kind of transportation. After his mom passed away only 6 weeks later, they went, what are we going to do now? Are we going to go back to New York City?
Right.
What do we do now with our life? What is going to, because you realize now life is short. You've lost someone who,
Right.
you realize how short your life is. So they decided what they would do is they were going to personally chauffeur everyone to and from their appointments.
Oh, get out.
And then he realized that it was too much to do just on his own. And there were other hospitals with cancer units going, we heard that you had this thing. You were. And so he and Patricia went, okay, we're starting the Chemo Car nonprofit. They used the Uber ride sharing model to start this. And basically, chemo cars work exactly like Uber, except for the organization works with cancer treatment programs to coordinate free rides for chemo patients who need the reliable transportation. So they started this 8 months ago, and they've already given away 2,000 free rides. And so they're working with the rest of their family now, and they're calling it, relatives going, you want to kick in some money because we're going to take this nationwide. And so they want their goal that they're going to have chemo cars nationwide within the next 18 months.
How cool is that?
All that business acumen, and they squished it all into this one thing that is like utterly fantastic for so many families.
From door to door.
Isn't that incredible?
It can make a huge difference.
And it is such a good thing. Like, you think of the Uber model, it's perfect. Go online, get it registered, come in, take your thing. You've got somebody to take you home. The Uber driver, the chemo drivers have some training in terms of understanding about throwing up and some minor first aid things so that they can help and they can be ready.
Sure.
How cool is that?
It is very cool.
So you rock.
We have a lot of these tender stories today.
There's a reason for that. Every one of us should feel good today. This is such a good day. We're in a period now where we all need to be happy and love each other. All of us. No matter what I have to do to you. You ready for the next one?
I was never mind.
Have I ever said anything sweet without a threat backing it up? So help me, Zach and Zoe, you're going to love each other, or I'm going to break every bone in your body. Those kind of things.
I love you so much. That's why it's tied to a brick. So go ahead.
Okay, this
Who's
one is
Joshua?
This is a call to action. I want your help if you don't mind. Joshua is in Franklin, Idaho, and he has a rare disease called Mowat-Wilson syndrome. Just a ridiculous amount of challenges, and if you want to put up a picture of Joshua, I mean, beyond what you can even begin to imagine the challenges he has. However, they said he has a great sense of humor. He loves to tease. He loves to play dad's drums and guitars. He gives the best hugs ever. All of his emotions are genuine, and when he holds you close and tight, just let it happen, and all of your worries will melt away. He's our daily reminder that God lives with him. And Mom and Dad are just a stop in the adventurous time in Joshua's life, so we treasure every moment. So Joshua apparently gets very excited. He waits for the mail every day.
Oh, he likes mail, does he?
And that's kind of one of his things.
Not
mail,
bills.
cups. Nobody likes that.
Okay.
And the sad part is with today's internet, few people send letters or cards anymore. It's not one of those things. And so they thought this year, how about if we get just a boatload of cards for Joshua?
Right.
And what they were going to do is they were going to donate. I mean, it's not a rich family, but they said, how about if we donate $1 for every card we get to the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, and they can use the money for the comfort kits for kids.
Okay.
And so they said, we've got $500, so we think that should be pretty good. They're like at 15,000
cards.
15,000 cards now. Other people, local businesses are actually starting to donate money. But what they were asking, they said, this means so much to him. We're not asking for donations. That's not what we want here. And they said, it's not what we mean. We just wanted, if you could, would you send him a card while you're sending out yours? Right. So we've got a slate here with the information on where you can send it. Joshua says hello. It's P.O. Box 122, Franklin, Idaho, 83237. I'll also put that up as a text on Facebook as well. But if you can throw a card in the mail for him, this is like he waits all day in his wheelchair now at the mailbox waiting for this, because it's just like the coolest moment ever.
You know what? So go back to this the graphic, would you? The whole cool thing about having a show that's on demand is you just pause it.
You can whatever you want. Just pause it, take a look.
If I put up a recipe or something, and it used to be, oh crap, what is it? Trying to write it down. No, you just pause it. And you've got it all.
Because we're here for you anytime. So in any case, if you can do that, that would be awesome.
No more nice stories, okay?
Isn't he a beautiful kid, though? I absolutely love him.
I'm going to break that up with a mystery treat surprise for Daisy.
What are we doing?
I found something I've never seen before in the history of me.
All right. Do you want me to go get her, or do you want to get it? I have no idea what this is. Is this another punishing American food-based item that we're forcing her to consume?
I don't think this is a punishing American food. Please have a seat.
Yes.
It's because it's not really a food.
Not really a food.
We're consuming a non-food item.
I saw it for the first time today at the store. I present to you.
I present to you.
Are those chocolate-covered potato chips?
Oh. Oh.
Am I lying?
I don't know how
It says,
It's too late to feel.
it says
It's too late.
the little thing says it's the quintessential combination of sweet and salty. Okay.
Okay.
Put some in here.
Okay. I wonder if they're as fancy
I think
as
it's
they
one
look on the
piece.
packet.
Oh, they look
Oh,
horrible.
come on. So show the packet again, and then I'll show one of those. Please. Okay, so there's the packet.
Maybe they just transport kind of hard.
That looks like your grandma has just gone, oh, I thought I have a great idea. And she made you like crisps and chocolate.
Let's get the rest out. It smells like. Oh, that's just sad.
Goodness me.
chunks.
Okay.
So they already got a strike against them.
You want a big one or a little one?
A little one.
This.
This one.
Thank you,
And
baby.
once again, I have never seen these before. I saw them in the store today, and I thought, why not have you suffer along with it?
Yeah, okay. All
ready?
right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's still crunchy.
Oh, that's disgusting. Now we know what the bag is for.
It's not my thing, but the potato chip's still crunchy. That's a bonus. I wouldn't think it would be.
I feel strange about these.
I do too.
I feel like something's not right in the universe when you do this, you know?
I feel vaguely violated.
Yeah, like an angel died. You know?
I just spat out chunks of on my
Oh,
keyboard.
don't miss any of the goodness.
I just
You know, someone actually got a round of applause at the corporate table when they came up with this
Oh,
idea.
you know they did.
But
I
it just doesn't look right.
Well, no, so if you put that in a bowl, like what would people...
In a
Do you
lid.
think people would be like, oh, you know, and try to give it to your family? Would
I
they?
think everybody would try one bite and go, oh.
It's actually a good joke. You could put this out during the holidays and just see who went for it.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
Yeah. I feel like if I took that along to my family Christmas, people would be appalled.
An angel
me.
just died, Daisy.
All right.
Okay.
They say they invent like 1,300 new food items a year, and that's just a very conservative estimate, where 13,000 new foods appear on the shelves.
Probably combinations of other food items.
They
I'm
make it
assuming.
all the way to the shelf. These made it to the shelf.
Making you wonder what was.
magic. I wouldn't call that magic.
Makes you wonder what failed on the drawing board, doesn't it?
All right.
Yeah.
It says limited edition.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Severely limited edition.
Hopefully.
I'm thinking.
All right. There you go. We all experienced
Yeah.
something new.
I appreciate the thought,
All
but
right. All right.
All right, Daisy's got news coming up, so she's heading back to the Gephardt Daily Newsroom.
Sorry, Daisy.
And in just a moment, we'll tell you about Lady Gaga's new gig.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
It's
Stay
really
with
cool.
us. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink & McGregor, Mortgages Made Simple. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, you'll find out that you can get a mortgage with a credit score as low as 600. Fink & McGregor, also by the Vein Clinic. If you go to theveinclinic.com, you can schedule an appointment and find out some amazing options for pain-free removal of varicose veins and spider veins. Your legs can look great again with the Vein Clinic. And also by Black Diamond Experts. They're experts in electric, plumbing, heating, and air. And they also have a brand new store up in Ogden now. If you'd like to reach them, you can go to blackdiamondexperts.com.
Apply today and drive away.
Man, we are almost too official with all of these
Oh,
cool
yeah.
new things coming out. The
I
little bits
know.
that Richard made, it's all
Wow.
fancy. I kind of feel like I should be doing a better
We
job.
should be funnier.
I know,
Yeah,
really.
okay.
That's a given.
Lady Gaga.
This is so cool. She's the latest.
And I got to tell you, I think it's a great idea. Elvis Tony Bennett, Frank Sinatra, working our way up. Rat Pack, Elton John, Julie Garland, Liza Minnelli. Who else?
Celine Dion.
Celine Dion.
Yeah, well, all of the bigger stars ended up doing residencies in Las Vegas, and
Right.
basically, think how nice it is. You don't have to travel from city to city anymore. Everyone flies there to see you.
And Vegas likes it because they're there to lose their money.
You know, it's interesting, though. They've had a problem the last few years, and I think there's a reason they signed Lady Gaga specifically. The millennials are not interested in that kind of concert anymore. They'll come to Las Vegas, but they're there to see, like, DJs, like Skill Rex. They want to do the dubstep. They want all the cool DJs, and that's what they've been signing, or like the celebrity DJs.
Right.
But they knew that they had to get some sort of new music following going, and that's one of the reasons they picked Lady Gaga, is they needed someone newer and, like, younger and hipper.
So as opposed to as Celine Dion.
Even though she's lovely.
She is lovely.
She is
but,
lovely.
I think it would just be great if you just had one place to work and you got up and you went. And it's not like the old school guys, you know. It's not like Liberace and stuff. It's like current.
No, it's all the cool stuff. It's just in one spot where she doesn't have to do anything else, and they build a stage specifically for her.
And all the workers are there, and the lights are set, and you just kind of walk out, and you don't have to walk out and go, "Thanks, Detroit, Canada. Where am I?"
It's in my hand.
It's like Las Vegas. How are you? So I think it'll be fun.
Interesting. It'll be cool to see what they're doing versus like the new singers and the DJs.
So it's 2 years. Mm-hmm. So do you get a big place? Do you get to live? Do you get a big, crazy live in a hotel thing, or do you go get a house or an estate?
Oh, they have estates for people like this.
I would be in an estate.
They have an entire estates groups for people like this. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Celine Dion, she actually flies via helicopter from her estate to the top of the building.
Get out of here.
Isn't that funny? I know, it cracks me up, and I'm like, that's not safe. Helicopters.
What do you mean it's not safe?
Helicopters have a real high crash rate. I'd rather take a car, but that's just me.
She could have a zip line.
Well, there is true. That could be cool.
So anyway, I thought that was cool.
We got to go to Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She is brought to you by Fink & McGregor Mortgages Made Simple. Go to fink-mcgregor.com. You will find out that you can get a mortgage with a credit score as low as 600. Also by the Vein Clinic. You can go to theveinclinic.com, set up an appointment for their Riverton location. They can do amazing work with your legs, getting rid of your varicose veins, making your legs look amazing and feel amazing again, and without scarring and pain. Theveinclinic.com. Also by Denali Performance Medical Center. Now, this is pretty cool. This is where all of those miserable injuries and your migraines can be helped without any opioids. And by Black Diamond Experts, experts in electric, plumbing, heating, and air. You'll be glad you called an expert, blackdiamondexpert.com. Daisy, my dear, what's going on today?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Here's what's making national and world headlines for December 22nd on Gephardt Daily. South Korea's Winter Olympic Committee says it's ready to host the safest games in history after concerns were raised in the United States by comments from U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley. The Pyeongchang 2018 Olympic Committee said that South Korea is monitoring the situation on the peninsula, and government agencies are working around the clock to ensure security for all athletes at the Winter Games. The safety of the 3,000 athletes hailing from 90 countries is becoming the focal point of Olympic organizers in Korea since the completion of the Olympic Village last week. The driver who injured 19 after hitting a number of pedestrians with his vehicle on a Melbourne, Australia street had mental health issues and a record of drug abuse, authorities said Thursday. The 32-year-old man was arrested after striking Christmas shoppers with his white Suzuki SUV on Thursday. No weapons were found inside. Investigators say they're working to come up with a motive, but don't believe the attack was related to terrorism. And a 9-year-old Canadian girl's Christmas wish is going viral after she used the snow in front of her house to make a request of Santa: leave presents, take brother. Joanne Murphy posted a video to Facebook showing the letter to Santa her daughter Jennifer Murphy wrote in red letters in the snow outside of their home Sunday. The letter reads, "Santa, stop here, leave presents, take brother." The message continues on the side of the house. "Santa, I tried. Brother was the worst." Murphy said Jennifer's brother Ryan, 13, wasn't offended and saw the humor in his sister's prank. And time again for your Wasatch Front forecast, brought to you by Brio Technologies, home of Utah's top audiovisual specialists. The snow will continue on and off until Saturday, with daytime highs in the 30s and overnight lows will stay in the 20s. After Saturday, there's not much more snow in the forecast. That's it for now. For more news from across the nation and around the world, go to GephartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Here we are.
Thank you. Welcome back.
We're both jumping on it really fast.
All
Black
right.
Diamond, I just want to tell you about them real fast. This is one of my quickie things. You want to make sure that if you have an emergency over the holidays, you got somebody. Because if you don't have that handy dandy list on your cabinet that has all of the people you call in times of need that you trust, then you know something is going to happen. I just want you to be prepared. So if you need something 24/7, how fortunate that Black Diamond experts are there for you 24/7. So if there's an emergency this holiday weekend and you're trying to call all these other people and nobody's there, it doesn't matter because they'll always pick up the phone and be there for you. So just go to blackdiamondexpert.com, experts in electric, plumbing, heating, and air. It's just that simple. Okay, this story is
I'm going to
epic.
take you to Colorado. First of all, how many people have sold a car online? How many people did it work really well for? How many people sold it rather quickly because you priced it right? And here's the question. I used to do, when I sold my vehicle, I get a lot of calls about, hey, you willing to trade? You willing to barter? And I can't help it. I was like, well, what do you got? And they would say, I got a motorcycle.
You know I would have killed you if you'd done this,
Or I
but
got
yeah.
a boat, or I've got this or that, or, some kind of machine of some sort. And so, and I go, no. Well, this guy was interesting because he took a call. He put his car on Craigslist. And he said, here's the car. This is how much it is. And he got a call right away. And they said, hey, listen, were you willing to trade? And he says, well, what do you got? And the guy was like, well, I got this, that, and the other. And I also have 4 pounds of marijuana. Now, we all know it's legal in Colorado, but this was black market marijuana.
Well, it's also not. There's a distribution thing. It's legal for you to have small amounts of use of cannabis in your own home for your own use. You're not supposed to go up to somebody with a big freaking garbage bag of cannabis.
Actually, two is 4 pounds. Yeah.
That is actually wildly illegal, even in Colorado.
The guy was like, he's like, hey, I got 4 pounds of illegal marijuana.
Because it's 4 pounds.
And I could trade the car in and take care of that. So he goes, yeah, okay, why don't you come over? So he comes over, and the guy, he goes, here's the car, and they look through the car, and they go, hey, it's a pretty nice car. And he goes, okay, well, let me see what you got. And they walked over, and they
opens up the trunk of the car.
And he says, here they are, there's 4 pounds of marijuana.
And two big garbage bags of marijuana.
And he goes, that's good. Here's a badge. You're under arrest. So they didn't get the car. They get the marijuana.
The guy was a sheriff's deputy of Colorado City.
He actually called his buddy, who was a sheriff too, come over just to watch. Because
you're going to enjoy this. Bring your video camera. It's going to be good. And the guy literally had no idea that marijuana could not be used as a form of currency.
Oh, he knew. He just thought he'd get away with. Well, he just thought he probably had a bunch, and imagine how much he had at home. So anyway.
Yeah, that's.
Hey Bob, yeah, we'll come over. Yeah, I got 2 people gonna give me pot. That's funny.
Alrighty.
All right, coming up next. Something that
unnatural.
Unnatural. No, this is totally fish orgies.
No, this is not that natural.
Yeah, that's
especially
natural.
not because what happens afterwards.
It's the wild kingdom.
It's not natural. We'll tell you next. It's not natural.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, there's a short 4-minute quiz, and at the end of it, you can find a whole array of mortgage options, and someone will call you back from Fink and McGregor within the next business day. Also by Utah Credit Approval. Go to utahcreditapproval.com because they know that bad things happen to good people, but that shouldn't stop you from repairing your credit and getting a reliable automobile at utahcreditapproval.com. And also all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. John has 24/7 service because he knows that emergencies can happen any time of the day or night. And right now they have a $69 special to check out all your heating systems to make sure they're working well. Just go to allutahplumbing.com.
Look at that. It is gorgeous. It's the Todd and Erin Morning Stream.
How bleak, cold, and gray.
the slide, it still looks tranquil.
It
and
does.
Sort
It
of
looks
whatever.
really nice. All right. So
it looks like frostbite. Let's be honest.
What is this about frat houses?
Okay, now you went to Unity University in Maine, right? Unity College.
Unity College in Maine.
Did you have fraternities and sororities?
There was only 350 people and 12 women.
So you probably didn't have a lot for a sorority.
No, Teak was there. TKE, or I don't know what the
There
Greek
actually
is.
was a sorority.
Yeah, but they were kinds of pains in the butts, and so we filled one of their rooms with snow.
That seems helpful.
They really were. They were trying to push people around. We were like, no, you're not going to have it.
We all have chainsaws here. It's not going to happen.
So we opened up the window, and they had a basement dorm room, and we made snowman balls, and we rolled them down and pushed them through the window.
I'm very proud of you. That's actually kind of genius.
They lost their membership, by the way.
I can imagine.
Tragic accidents happened to them.
That's so sad.
I know.
Yeah, right? Who knew?
But so no, we were frat-free.
Well, Mom and Dad were both actually president of their fraternity and sorority, so I did the rush up at the U, and I'm like, and I ended up not doing it just because I went to some of the parties, and there was one where me and my friend actually had to climb out a bathroom window because there were some frat boys outside,
Right.
really drunk, going, "We're holding your beer for you." I'm like, "I'm 18," so we.
I always found it strange
And
that
not all of them are like this.
No.
Many fraternities and sororities are
no, but
fantastic.
there are some where grown men spank paddle other bare men's bottoms,
We've all seen it.
and I'm like, why would
Animal
you
House.
do that?
Well,
Anyway,
this place apparently is trying to be the true Animal House. It's Maryland. Montgomery County Police say they were called to a home in Bethesda. This is where the Sigma Alpha Epsilon guys were.
Phi Zappa Crap is a good one too. We had that at college.
So as they're heading into the hallowed areas of the university, and they stop at the Sigma Alpha Epsilon house.
Yeah.
There was so much booze at the party, which was billed, by the way, on Facebook as Tequila Tuesday, that the air inside the house, just the oxygen inside the house, registered at a 0.01 on the breathalyzer. The house was actually almost legally drunk. The actual house. So the police
How does
say
that work?
the police say because you're drinking
You're
so much.
breathing it.
Yeah.
You're breathing it.
There was so much
okay.
alcohol fumes. The police say the residents refused to tell officers where they obtained the alcohol for the party, so they were each charged with 126 counts of allowing underage possession of alcohol and furnishing alcohol to a minor.
Wow.
Each one of the fraternity brothers would be facing $315,000 in
Oh my
fines.
gosh.
I wonder if the national chapter pays that.
I wonder if the house is in rehab.
The house was almost legally drunk. The actual structure.
It's just, look at the fish. Look at the fish. It's a school of fish. You know what kind of fish those are?
Fish?
Corvinia.
They're the Corvina.
Yes, and there's a problem that not a problem really.
Well, not for them.
No, not a problem at all. They all go up into the Gulf of Mexico and they spawn and have sex as a large group, you know.
Which would be construed as a
Except
orgy.
fish orgy. No, they make a lot of noise. They sound
Really?
like a machine gun, incredibly loud, so that mammals would be affected by it and possibly suffer from damage to their hearing.
Oh, so maybe it's like a protective thing, like because the bears are always waiting for the salmon going upstream, and like, yeah, I've got you. So this is like supposed to keep all the animals away that might ordinarily eat them, while they're thus occupied in said spawn.
Sure, whatever. I think it's more of just a freedom, and they're like, just expressing their natural. It's the normal. It's the wild kingdom, is what it is. Mm-hmm. It's like, who's your love mackerel, baby? It's like that.
Except for the rest of the marine population is actually going deaf.
Sometimes, if you've ever been in an apartment or a hotel room that has really thin walls, you wish you were deaf.
Some of the other marine life, especially the mammals, have suffered problems with echolocation because the sound is so shrill that it has damaged their ability to hear.
No, they just want to pour bleach in their eyes and their ears because they want to forget what they just saw. Corvina, bunch of hussies.
Okay. Well.
All right. So anyway, we have a funny video for you. The decorations are up. It's Friday. It's pretty much too late.
Lights are strung.
Yeah. What do you always say at the last minute when you go out shopping for Christmas, and what is left?
The sodium-free cheese and the designer socks. That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
That's it.
But we wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas, and we wanted to leave you.
And we will have a Yule log, by the way, on Monday, if you would like to put that up so you have a festive appearance as you and your family are opening your presents.
Yes. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas. All right. The power company told me that, number one, we did pay our bill. Number two, that the power went off at 12:30 this morning. It is now 12 hours with no power. Do you ever do this? Your power out, and you still walk around flipping light switches like you don't know that there's not. I actually went and plugged my phone in to make this video to make sure I had enough power. I'm an idiot. I feel like the Atlantic Airport right now shut down. Rocky Mountain Power says, well, I don't know when it's going to be fixed. When we get all the things, when we put them back together, and it's going to be fine. So that doesn't help me. Can't use a coffee maker, can't use a stove, can't use the microwave, can't use the disposal. Can't use the computers, can't use the modem. Can't use the garage door openers in case I need to get my snowblower out. And I know there's a manual way to do that, but stop it. Don't bring science into this. You just can't do anything. And you know what? Here's the other thing is we have one room in our house, at least one, that doesn't have any windows in it. And that happens to be our bathroom. So I'm not sure if that's a romantic thing to poo, but there you go. So Zoe's sitting on the couch just kind of looking around, and you know, I thought we'd do some crafts and stuff, and let's see how Erin's doing. She's in there. What are you doing?
Nothing.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Just taking a nap.
No.
I'm just taking a nap.
What were you doing?
Just taking a nap.
Open your hands. Let me see. The other one. Dirty rotten. Okay, let me see.
Using
Oh, crap. Are you what?
Using my personal hotspot.
So the daughter is out there. The kids are out there throwing sticks at each other for fun.
It's
and
good
you're
for
in
children.
here. What?
It's good for children to utilize their imagination.
I don't even know you anymore. I don't know who you are.
I can't believe you're surprised.
Who have I
You're
married?
such a sucker.
Oh, we're all out there trying to, and you're in here. What kind of woman have you become? What was it? What happened? What made you snap? Was it the equinox? Oh, it is the longest day. Oh, that's what it is. It's the equinox.
Winter solstice. That's tomorrow.
That's the sort of...
You knew who I was when you married me, right?
I can't believe you've done this to me. Give me the hot spot. Give me
Never!
Give me the...
What are you doing?
Preparing
For...
the apocalypse.
Is this basically because we were talking about the fact that it's we've had no power for like the last, 15, 16 hours?
Yeah, and a sander truck just went by on the street putting sand and salt down. It could be the big one.
Oh, God, you've been waiting for this storm of the century for years now, haven't you?
Okay, so it's going to get dark here. We've got candles and stuff, but that's not going to do it. So if you look out the window, what do you see? Our camping generator.
Oh, there's our trusty generator.
That's right. What do I have here? Christmas lights I haven't used. How long are they? 61 feet. There they are. What we're going to do, oh, it's starting to blow snow. Look out the window. Look out the window. I was right. All right.
This is
You're
just going to
good, Zach.
continue.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring the extension cord in, and then we're going to cover this up with towels and stuff, and then we're going to run the extension cord, and then we're going to run the Christmas lights around the house, giving us general lighting to watch each other starve together because we have an electric stove. Let me get this straight. We sold our house. It's 3 wood-burning fireplaces and a wood stove.
Well, it was actually a gas stove, but yeah, same thing.
A wood stove.
Okay. Oh, we did in the garage.
Duh.
I was thinking about our Viking, but yeah.
And now here we are with an electric stove, proving once again electric stoves kill people. There you go. So what we're going to do, you know, And then the only thing we have to figure out now is how to cook beef by rubbing your hands together really fast. All right, so
okay.
I'll tell you what. Let me set this up, and doubting you,
yeah.
you can come and see how it lights up the home.
Okay, that sounds beautiful, honey.
You're being sarcastic.
Not in the slightest.
Yes, you
but
are.
kind of a little.
Yeah, just wait. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, who's got the lights? Who's got the generator going? This guy.
Yeah, it's my survivalist mojo right
So
here.
this is what we're going to do. We're going to light the house with Christmas lights. You ready? Okay, so hang on right here. Zoe, hang on to that right there.
Where did you get the wheel of lights?
It's part of survival training. Hold it right there.
I feel so foolish.
Don't go anywhere. All right.
Stay right there and keep it taut, Zoe.
Nice.
Going
See?
through oh, look, now we can see the kitchen. That's great.
See?
Is this the time
Who's
for
the
you to wash?
crazy man now? Crazy like a fox.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what it is.
Here you go. Oh, wait. You have to pee, don't you? Oh, look. You bring it in here. You give a little loop-de-loo. Now, what about the girl? She needs a bedroom, doesn't she? She needs a light in the bedroom. Look at that, huh? And then, oh, wait. You need an entrance to our bedroom. Oh, let's go this way. Oh, look. It's like a movie theater. The whole place is lit. I gotta go check the generator.
Okay. Yeah. I don't have the heart to tell him. The power came on about half an hour ago.